What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Play Legit podcast, the premier podcast for gaming and real talk. We are your hosts, Koerri and I'm here with my good friend
KJ, sir.
That's right, and we are back with another epic, exciting podcast for you guys. There's a lot to talk about. Nintendo dropped, well, not necessarily Nintendo, Pokemon dropped some stuff on us that we're going to talk about. Star Wars is back with some alleged heat, and we're going to try to see the temperature this summer. So a lot to talk about today. It's going to be amazing. But before we get into that, I just want to make sure everybody stops by playlegit.net because that's the home. That's where you're going to find everything legit when it comes to gaming and real talk. You're going to find the podcast there, original articles, reviews, all that good stuff. Speaking of reviews, there is a review up on the site right now that we need you guys to talk about. We need you guys to comment. We need you guys to share it. We need you guys to read it. Get on the site and check that out. We have it. It's a Valorant review, the next in esports by Nice005. So go on, get on the site, show some love, hit some likes, get in the comments. We want to hear what you guys think. So hit us up, check out the review. It's a good one. You're not going to want to miss out on that, all right? So check out the site, playlegit.net. Check out the review. And also subscribe to us across social media. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You guys have been running up the YouTube numbers. We definitely appreciate that. Keep that going. Tell your friends. You guys are awesome. And subscribe on iTunes and Spotify and all of the major spots where you guys listen to your podcast. So, So, KJ, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling really good, man. I heard they made a big announcement today concerning Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of Poke news that dropped today, I guess you could say. The biggest of all of them is it's official. Pokemon Snap is back after 20 years. People have been talking about Pokemon Snap for a while. I'm actually surprised it's not one of those games that they haven't just like milked, to be honest. Just because, there's been so many different generations of Pokemon. They could have made a Pokemon Snap literally every new generation and people would have bought the game. I think now they kind of seem to have a grasp of what branding is and how big of a brand Pokemon is. They're expanding so much with Pokemon into so many other realms. Not only are they coming out with Pokemon Snap, but there's also Pokemon Cafe Mix that they're coming out with as well. That drops in in July. And then also we have Pokemon Smile, which is an integration for kids. It's an application where kids can use this. It's like a game, making brushing your teeth a game where you're able to catch Pokemon after you brush your teeth after enough time, getting rid of all of that plaque and bacteria out of your mouth. So it's cool. It shows them like catching Charmanders and all that stuff in there. So it's super cool. I think, just as someone with kids and trying to get them to brush their teeth, it was kind of cool how they have the integration. It makes it a game. You get like little Pokemon hats on your head and stuff while you're brushing your teeth and stuff. And you can see little animations and stuff of different Pokemon that are in your teeth where you need to brush. So that looked really cool. Just like little simple things.
They need
like
that for adults.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like I'll use it to brush my teeth. It's one of those things where it's like, it's a timer as well. So even adults could use it in a way just to know that they're brushing their teeth as long as they need to be brushing their teeth for. So, whatever excuse we need, you know what I'm saying? And you know how Pokemon is with the integration, how like they made it so all of the games in a way are interlinked. So you can have your collection of Pokemon across all different platforms. I want to see how they integrate this with it as well. Because that'll be getting kids into Pokemon from as early as maybe 2 years old. You know what I'm saying? So collecting Pokemon from that age, integrating that into other Pokemon apps as they get older, different Pokemon games, things like that. It looks like Pokemon is in for the long haul. They finally have grasped their branding and they know that they can take over with this. And it looks pretty cool. Pokemon
Can I
Snap.
say something right here? Yeah, about Pokemon Snap. That's exactly where I want to go. I'm from that era, right, where Pokemon Snap originally came out, and I've been a hater of Pokemon Snap. I generally don't give a crap about Pokemon Snap. And I'll tell you why. Hold on, let me tell you why. Because I enjoyed Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. I like those games, and I was saying, man, that'd be really cool to get a mainline Pokemon RPG on my Nintendo 64, right? And so they gave us everything on 64 but a mainline. In fact, I'm old now, and we just got a mainline Pokemon. So that's been a long time. So I'm saying I didn't care about Pokemon Snap. I didn't care about Pokemon Stadium, the Puzzle League. I'm like you with Skate 4. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the mainline. So now that the mainline's out, my heart is open. And I'm ready to embrace this Snap. So help me embrace this Snap, Koerri.
I mean, from what I've seen, you know, and the game's not finished. There's no official launch date or anything for it. We're thinking that, you know, at least from what I've seen and I'm kind of grasping, it looks like maybe a holiday release potentially on the Switch, which would be nice. That'll give the Switch, you know, a title, because let's be honest, we'll talk about this later in the show as well. What's coming out on the Switch? Like, what do they have, especially when it comes to holiday time? So, you know, that'll give them a title. There's also an expansion for Sword and Shield that's coming out as well. So look forward to that. And Pokemon Cafe Mix, that one I have to get a little bit more info on. Actually, here, I have this right here. So let me just pull this up. So it serves up fun here. So it looks like you got a little Pikachu with a little cafe hat on. Welcome to the cafe. Pokemon Cafe Mix is a delightful, free-to-start puzzle game for Nintendo Switch and smart devices. Work together with Pokemon to complete puzzles and create wonderful drinks and dishes to serve at your Pokemon Cafe. So it's almost like it's looking like almost like a new age Puyo Puyo type puzzle type cafe game. So I mean, and it's on the Switch, it's on iOS, it's in the Google Play Store. So it's one of those games that's going to integrate on mobile. So free to play.
I'm wondering if Pokemon Snap will have some type of integration, and if they're smart, I would have it hook up to the main social medias like Instagram. So let's say you took a picture of a Pokemon and you could put some nice like Instagram filter on it and do all these stylish things. And I think just given the technology we have now, people could have some really cool photos going on around the internet and make for some fun memes, I think, too.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I think hopefully that is what they're doing. Now with the Pokemon Home, you know, that seems to be the hub where everything is going to go. And honestly, you know what? I haven't downloaded this. I'm going to download the Pokemon Home and just kind of look at the interface and see what that's all about. But yeah, I want to see the integration across the board with everything. Even like updating your Pokedex information with Pokemon you haven't seen with Pokemon Snap, things like that. That would be cool. Just because they have the possibilities to do all this stuff, so why not? You know, you have a company, you have revenue. Go ahead and you know, use some of that money to get some coders in, build this world, build this infrastructure. You know, for people to live in. Which is, it's weird that that's where we're at, but that's where we're at. So yeah. It's looking good for Pokemon. Nintendo by itself, I mean, Nintendo's lucky they have a good partnership with Pokemon, because, I mean, let's be real, man. Those indie games are not going.
Hey, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, man.
Yeah, but yeah. So as we keep things moving, because that's pretty much what I have for that there for us. We're actually gonna take a quick break. Really quick, just so we can get a word from our sponsors, and we will be right back with you guys. Just one moment. Bear with us. All right, and we're back. So, man, Star Wars, bro. Star Wars. I don't know if you saw I can't even remember the name of the movie now, and I own it. It was not that good. Rise of Skywalker. There we go. I don't know if you saw Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, I seen that.
I don't know, I don't know how you feel about the whole Star Wars universe right now, gaming universe as well as just Star Wars in general. But EA, they said, we'll try our hand yet again at another Star Wars title, a new IP. So we got Star Wars Squadrons. So we got a little trailer. I thought it was looking pretty good. You go ahead, start it off for us. What are you thinking about Star Wars Squadron?
Well, the fact they use Squadrons in the title, I think that they're going for a specific crowd of people that remember the heydays of just great flight. And I think that they have a 5 versus 5 multiplayer. They have a campaign that you can play. There's going to be new planets, brand new worlds to explore. I think that you'll be able to play for sure on the good side and the dark side in the multiplayer. But I'm wondering if the campaign will do the same. And it doesn't look like the campaign will be multiplayer, but if it was, that would be really sweet. I also noticed too that it was $39.99. This game is going to launch at a $39.99 price tag, and it's not going to have microtransactions at all. So this game to me, and Battlefront 2, towards the end of its life cycle, they really upped the ante and really improved things, and it really became a much more enjoyable game. So I think that was the start of it, and now we're seeing the results in Star Wars Squadrons. I think that this game is another step in that phase of EA with the Star Wars. So what do you think about the game?
After you said that, I don't know what to think now. Because my whole thing is, it's EA, they're going to lead, they're going to have this whole microtransaction or at least, chest technology, loot box technology to upgrade your crafts and things like this. So all of the upgrades are going to be preset upgrades, I believe. The game is, you said $39.99, so it's an inexpensive game. It's looking like it's either they're going to be selling expansion packs, or, how is the game going to get better? How are they going to afford to, I get what you're saying about the, here's a my bad. Here, take this. We'll leave out all of the stuff that you said you don't want, but it could also be like them sticking their middle finger up to people, being like, "Oh, you don't want us to have microtransactions? Okay, well, here you go. You want a cheap game? Here's a cheap game." So it looks like it has potential. Honestly, based off of what the game is with the squadrons and getting your teams. It looks like it could have the potential of being a game that could become really competitive and people could really latch onto, but it would need that customization, I think, to really personalize, your craft to the individual, so you can really customize your gameplay, your flight abilities exactly how you want to fly. Now they do have different classes. There's different ships and things, bombers, TIE fighters, things like that, X-Wings, all of that stuff. So there's different crafts, but when it comes down to, maybe even your weapons or, your skins, what your craft looks like, stuff like that, I feel like that personalization is what kind of would drive people to play the game more. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not, maybe.
Sure,
maybe,
I saw pre-order incentives too. They have different skins for your hero or villain, whatever your side you're picking. And yeah, so if you pre-order, you can get, various skins. But again, I don't know how in-depth the customization is going to go, if it's just visual or like you said, if they have different weapons that you can equip and different things. I would imagine so, but I'm not sure at this point.
And that's what I'm saying. It's it's EA. So it's I would imagine that's what you would do too, but it's also it's EA. So, you think they would do the logical thing, but then it's oh, who asked for this, So we'll see how it goes. I think it looks good. When I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, okay, what's up? A little redemption for you guys. That's what's up. but I didn't get too in depth. I really just, kind of looked into gameplay, what type of game it's going to be, the different squads, of course, the multiplayer. Of course, it's going to have that single player story, which I'm intrigued to see what they do with the story. Like you were saying, are you going to be a rebel? Are you going to be, are you going to be a member of the dark side of the Empire? How's the story going to go? I'm intrigued. There were some familiar faces as well that popped up. So I'm intrigued to see how this goes. I believe they said it takes place after episode 6, technically.
Toward the end of the Galactic Civil War.
Or episode 7. Wait. No, episode 6. I don't know. My mind's all over the place. My bad. Numbers aren't working for me right now. But the last of the original trilogy, I should say. So yeah, I think it looks good. We'll have to see more. I want more info on it, of course. I'd like to even like a demo or something. What's up? Maybe we'll see a beta sometime soon. Who knows? This launches when again? It launches in October, right?
October 2nd.
Right. So yeah. So I mean that's a few months away. It's like 4 months. So a little less than 4 months. So we'll probably be seeing a beta sometime by August, I would imagine, maybe September. September probably more realistic, which isn't that far away in the grand scheme of things. So I'm excited to see more about it. Hopefully it's not trash. We'll see though. They have kind of a record of showing something. It's like, oh yeah, that looks pretty cool. And who knows though? We have faith in the EA, kind of.
Leading up to this podcast, I was looking at just some of the videos of the Rogue Squadron games that were on GameCube, and it's impressive how much they really still hold up, man. It's if you ever have spare time to do that, I'd check it out. And if EA is going to try to capture that magic with that title, I feel like that at least by name they're trying to capture that magic. But then again, we could say that about Battlefront. They grabbed that Battlefront name because they were trying to grab that magic. Now it doesn't play like those old Battlefronts, but they're like, okay, we got the name value, we'll bring them in with that. So hopefully this time it's not just because of the name, but actually it plays like those older games too. I think that they have a hit on their hands if that's the case. That's what I got to say.
That's what's up. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see. I always give Star Wars a chance, so we'll see how it goes. It's one of those IPs where it's like the IP is so good and it's like it could be so great. The source material is fantastic. So just give us some solid materialism with it, materialize something that's actually good. And like you said, you have the name, you have kind of the history of being able to successfully do this. So let's see a hit. All right, so let's keep it moving, man, because we need to figure out what's going on with the summer, not just from EA, but we got questions for Nintendo as well, man. What is coming out? So we were looking earlier before the show about at Nintendo, trying to see what they have coming out. And the list of releases is literally all indies. We got Burnout Paradise that comes out on the 19th of this month, which is actually this Friday. So that'll be coming out this weekend. I'm not really looking forward to that. Also, I'm not going to get into my Switch situation.
I have the game already. It's been released a bunch, man. I have Burnout Paradise.
Yeah, it's remastered, so it might look a little bit better. But it's $50, so.
Come on now.
So I mean, if you want a slightly better looking on the Switch version, there's that for $50. And then we're also, there's the Duke Nukem 3D World Tour, 20th anniversary. That's going to be $5 coming out on the 23rd. We got a SpongeBob game from THQ Nordic, $30. Pokemon Cafe Mix, like we were talking about earlier, that comes out on the 23rd. But there's really nothing coming out. That's what I'm getting at. There's really nothing coming out at all on the Switch, except for we get all the way down here. We get all the way down here, the 17th of July, Paper Mario Origami King, $60. And that's pretty much it. That's the summer hit for the Switch. There's nothing else coming out on the Switch.
I understand we didn't have an E3, but Nintendo, y'all could have had some sort of direct, and I really hope that they have something coming very soon because, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X.
I mean,
you might have heard about them, right?
To be fair, they did have some form of direct, but it was the indie, the indie direct. Remember?
Like I said.
So, I mean, and looking at the lineup, it looks like that's what they're really pushing. So I don't know.
So that's nice. However, Sony did that, and so did Xbox, and that didn't stop them from putting out videos with games. Sony, we might not have liked the indies that Sony had, but they still had them. So Nintendo, you did your indies. Now where's your main games? What are you guys going to do the holiday season? There are 2 major systems that are coming out this holiday season, and y'all are still doing nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's rumors of an upgraded Switch potentially coming out. I mean, that's all just, it's all just rumors. Who knows if that's real or not? Maybe that's what's going on. Who knows? Sony was super secretive. Nintendo, they've known to, hold things, under wraps for a while. So maybe they have something that they're planning to just be like, booyah, look at this, which, I don't know how they could do that, but let's see, I guess. I don't know what they could do.
We've had the Metroid trilogy rumored for a while. We have rumored of a bunch of Mario games compiled, and but these would all be remasters or remakes or whatever. Mm-hmm. But there's been and Breath of the Wild 2, we know that's not coming out this year. I can guarantee you that. So what do we have?
Jack Squidget, my guy, nothing. We have nothing. We have Paper Mario, which is good. Like, that's a good title. I'm sure it's going to be a lengthy, great game because they drop heat. When they drop heat, they drop heat. Paper Mario is not. We're not crapping on Paper Mario. It's going to be a great game. I'm just saying, for the people that may not be into Paper Mario but love playing the Switch, what else is there? Well, we got nothing. So it saddens me to say this because the Switch is a great console. It's kind of dry. It's at that point where you just want us to play the games that we already have, maybe we'll see some more DLC for Smash or something like cool, cool, but we need more games. So, and EA, what's up? What are y'all doing? What's up? Squadrons is coming out in October, but for the summertime, we're supposed to be getting an announcement of some stuff that may be coming out, what they're planning on, what they're working on. So, of course, that's going to be up on the site as soon as that comes out. But, other than that, Madden's not looking, Madden's not looking any different than Madden is looking, graphic wise on the PS4, it doesn't it looks good, but it doesn't look great. It's not jaw dropping. It's not, it's not even on the level of what 2K21 is looking like, even though that demo was definitely bare bones and very, 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 very alpha even before that, so it's a weird spot for gaming because, I get like this whole pandemic stuff happened and all this, so like things have been shut down. but I'm sure devs could still work remotely, things like that. So I don't like, it's just kind of weird to not see so much, Also, there hasn't been like conventions. A lot of companies have been trying to like figure out how they're going to navigate with events like E3 not happening, stuff like that. So, I mean, maybe these corporations are just too slow. They weren't able to adjust fast enough to get info on new games or build up anticipation or excitement for stuff that's going to be dropping. Mm-hmm.
I can only say what I want to see. I would like to see another Fight Night game. I'd like to see that on the newer systems. I would like to see a Def Jam follow-up, the Fight for New York, not Def Jam Icon. That was unbelievable, hot garbage. I want to follow up the Def Jam Fight for New York.
I don't want to crush your dreams, but that is not going to happen, guy. Def Jam is in shambles right now. They just lost their president a couple months ago, who was Eminem's manager. So they have I think they have an interim president right now. So that's not gonna happen. but that would be cool. Also, their roster is kind of Garbino. Or are they gonna have Justin Bieber in the Def Jam? Justin Bieber's on Def Jam, right?
I didn't know that, man.
So, I mean, just know that's what you're asking for.
I don't want to ramble on too much, but also I want to let you know too, if they did it the same way they did Fight for New York and this modern landscape, I feel like the DLC would be insane because all the characters having Fight for New York and all the customization options for your character, the chains, the jerseys, and all that, I couldn't even imagine how long-term expense-wise that game would be on people's wallets. But damn, that was such a fun game, and it's so disappointing that we never got a true sequel to that. I don't count Icon. That was such a disappointment. That was probably one of the most disappointing sequels I've ever played in my life.
No, I feel you. I definitely feel you because, Fight for New York was a classic, honestly. Honestly, they should remaster it, but they probably can't because they have to repay everybody again. Remember David Banner? David Banner was a beast in there. And Snoop Dogg was like a Shaolin monk or something.
Yeah, he was the villain of the game, Crow.
Yeah, Crow. Yeah. Yep.
But anyway, Nintendo, where you at? EA, where you at? Y'all don't have any excuses. I saw Sony put on a very nice display. I saw Xbox do something. So where are y'all at?
Xbox did something.
They did something, but y'all ain't doing nothing. So I'm done. Thank you.
You hear me knocking? Well, then let me in. Let me in, EA. And I mean, we can't end this, especially talking about EA with me here and me not saying, I mean, where's Skate at, man? You're going to let Skater XL come out, launch on the Switch, launch on PS4 and Xbox? EA, what are you doing? You want money. You want redemption. You're going to make Squadrons a bare bones $40 game. You're going to make You're going to make a game without microtransactions, but you're not going to make Skate. So you said we're not going to have microtransactions. You're going to pay Disney all of this money so you can utilize the branding of Star Wars for a game. But for some reason, you won't make Skate, where you would have to, pay money to some individuals, maybe some skaters, but it's not going to be Disney dollars. And then you'd have to pay some money to some skate brands. But that also is not going to be Disney dollars. So I don't understand why the game's not being made. What are you doing? Just make the damn game so I can stop talking about it. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, people. I tried to transition before he got into it, but I'm sorry, y'all.
Just make the darn game. But before I get too frustrated, do you have anything else that you would like to add, man?
No, I don't have anything else. I'm just saying that I don't want them to use what's going on in the world as an excuse to not show up, because Microsoft showed us something. And Sony definitely had a solid display. So they showed up. They're big corporations, but so is EA, so is Nintendo. It's time to show up.
That's right. And it's also 2020, so stop acting like you don't know how to navigate the internet.
Come on now.
You guys know how this stuff works. You know how live streaming is. Like I was even kind of disappointed in Sony when everything was going on, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna postpone our announcement for a week," and not even say how long it's gonna take them. It's like, dude, you could have shifted all of this probably in like 3 hours, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Stop pretending you don't know how the internet works. So it's almost 2021. It's already halfway through 2020. What has happened? But yeah, man, that was great. I definitely appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. You guys are amazing. Please, like I said, stop by playlegit.net. Check out the review. Check out the review. I was like, every time you do it, I'm like, did I say it wrong? Then I'm like, wait, no, I didn't. I didn't say it wrong. I don't know. But yeah, so make sure you stop by playlegit.net.
Yeah.
I'll get used to it. Yeah, so make sure you stop by the site. Check out all the reviews. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes as well as Spotify. Run the numbers up. Share with your friends. Share with your family. Share with anybody that you know that loves gaming. As well as hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel, Play Legit Network. Yeah, and hit us up in the comment section. We're always going to be talking back to you guys in the comments when we get them. So yeah, have fun with that. And also follow us on social media at Play Legit across the board. You can find me at Koerri Elijah anywhere where social media can be found for the most part. And yeah, until next time, guys. KJ, what you got for the people before we head out?
I got a lot of love for y'all, man. I'm out.
Big hearts.
Yeah.
Big hearts this way. So yeah, man, make sure you guys check out the site. And until next time, you guys are awesome. This was the Play Legit podcast, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.